What's up guys and welcome back to the channel. In the Clone Wars TV show, we were introduced to a great number of characters never before seen in Star Wars canon. Among these were characters such as Asajj Ventress, as well as the Witches of Dathomir. This coven of witches was ruled over by a mysterious woman named Mother Talzin, who instantly showed us that her way of using the Force was unlike any other that we had seen before, with spine-chilling incantations, a voice that had its own deep echo, and the sinister green smoke of magic. Mother Talzin quickly became something that many fans and viewers not soon forgot. It was made apparent rather quickly that although it was very clear that Talzin and the Witches of Dathomir were undoubtedly dark in nature and totally despised the Jedi, they seemed to be playing both sides of the war at once in order to ensure their survival. They didn't care for the Jedi, that was for sure, but curiously enough, they were entirely unimpressed with the Sith as well. Although Mother Talzin had regular contact with Count Dooku, she was playing him for a fool and using him for her own agenda. The animosity from the Witches of Dathomir was mutual for the Sith, as Dooku would later go on to send General Grievous to wipe the clan of the Nightsisters off the face of Dathomir as a whole. However, one thing still remains. The witches were clearly very powerful, so powerful in fact that Darth Sidious ordered Dooku to kill Ventress because she was becoming too strong. Due to this, how much stronger is Mother Talzin herself, and is she so powerful? Why didn't Sidious take her as his apprentice? How powerful is Mother Talzin, and what was her greater relationship to the Dark Lord of the Sith? To begin to answer this, let's take a look at Mother Talzin herself. Talzin was raised in the Nightsister culture since adolescence. She was fully involved in her tribe, and when she grew of age, she studied to become the head shaman of the spirits that they worshipped. She grew in rank and eventually took over as mother of the coven. The Nightsisters do indeed use the Force, and the dark side at that. However, they do not recognize it as the dark nor the light and choose to reject those titles. Calling them cold and harsh labels, the Nightsisters fundamentally disagree with the Jedi dogma. However, they don't entirely agree with the Sith sentiment of using the dark side to pursue power for the sake of power. The Nightsisters are completely uncaring for domination over the galaxy, and only seem to focus on the survival of their own tribe by any means necessary. The magic Mother Talzin uses is a strange version of the Force, and we get a peek into how she claims to use it by taking a look at the Wild Power chapter in the Book of the Sith. The Nightsisters worship a system of spirits governed by two gods. They gain their power by tapping into the natural Force nexus that runs deep within the core of the world of Dathomir. According to Talzin, by channeling her goddess, she can bring forth what she calls Spirit Ichor into the physical realm. Ichor appears as this green smoke we have all associated with the Nightsister magic, as this can be given physical shape, as well as mass, as well as be manipulated into spellcasting by gifted shamans such as Talzin herself. This is how she is able to conjure entire objects from this green mist and evaporate into it. Mother Talzin's gifts attracted many to the planet of Dathomir and made the Nightsisters quite famous and infamous in the galaxy. At one point, even the Jedi Order sought out the Nightsisters, but as history tells us, the interaction between Yoda and the previous mother of the Nightsister clan didn't go especially well. Talzin's works began to turn even the heads of Darth Plagueis and Darth Sidious. Later on, Sidious did indeed make a special trip down to Dathomir and met with Mother Talzin directly, a rare event especially for Sidious. As Mother Talzin tells it, she and Sidious spent a great deal of time talking and collaborating with one another and sharing many secrets of their own trade and versions of the Force. Later on, Sidious would actually promise to make Talzin his own apprentice and right hand in the coming days of the Empire. A prospect that Talzin seemed to accept with great eagerness, which is curious knowing the stance that the Nightsisters have against the Sith Order. Clearly though, she realized something special, great, powerful, and evil within Lord Sidious. Perhaps this was a time before they formed this anti-Sith sentiment also. Anyway, it would pan out that Sidious would betray Talzin and take a young Maul instead, Talzin's direct son. Having sensed the boy's great power, the Dark Lord of the Sith swept him away from Dathomir, leaving Talzin in his rearview mirror. Truth be told, Mother Talzin wasn't so much angry at the fact of being lied to and given a false promise so much as she was livid at the fact that Palpatine stole Maul right from under her. Perhaps even more so infuriated that she did not recognize Maul's own latent abilities. Talzin vowed to bring Maul back into his home by whatever means necessary. Eventually, of course, we did know what happened through Savage Opress in the Clone War. One thing is still very curious though. Why did Palpatine pass up Mother Talzin for a young boy, considering all of Talzin's previous power and experience? Not to mention being a unique Sith Lord in her own right, or at least potential Sith. One thing to note about Palpatine and the Sith in general is they very much care for power, but also subservience. This is entering into speculation territory, of course, as nothing has been stated outright in canon, and there isn't a clear answer that we are aware of currently. Perhaps it was because Palpatine sensed that Mother Talzin's power could possibly eclipse his, or maybe even rival his, although this is unlikely. Or maybe this is because the young are much more impressionable and subservient to their masters. Or maybe he didn't believe that Talzin had the resolve to rule with him. Sidious commented in Talzin's chapter of the Book of the Sith that the Nightsisters were foolish for refusing to acknowledge that they practiced the dark side, believing that not acknowledging the power of the dark side at all made them exceptionally weak. Especially because he believed it prevented them from giving themselves fully over to its power, and therefore making them so much weaker than the Sith or even their own potential. Sidious also mentioned that they could have achieved far more if they had the ambition than just basic survival. Perhaps it was a lack of proper drive, and this ambition that made Sidious reevaluate his original idea and choice in making Talzin his apprentice. Either way, how dangerous do you think a Sith-trained Mother Talzin would be? Do you think she could have been a better choice than that of Maul? Let us know your thoughts down below, and as always my friends, may the Force be with you, and we hope that you have a great day.